Goku's power can be broken down cleanly if you stop looking at it emotionally and start looking at it structurally. Not hype, not nostalgia. Just where he objectively sits on the scale of power based on what he consistently operates against, survives, and overcomes. Tier scaling first because everything else hangs on this. At his current peak, Goku is firmly multiversal, not in a vague or exaggerated sense, but in a functional one. He has repeatedly fought and harmed characters whose power directly threatens entire space-time continuums, layered universes, and higher dimensional cosmological structures. This is not limited to one-off statements or cinematic exaggeration. It is baked into how the Dragon Ball cosmology works. A single Dragon Ball universe is not just one physical universe, it is a macrocosm, composed of multiple realms that are each universe-sized or larger, including the living universe, the afterlife, the Kaioshin realm, and other higher planes that exist beyond conventional space-time. When Goku clashed with Beerus early into his god-tier progression, the shockwaves from their blows were explicitly threatening to collapse this entire macrocosm. Not damage it, not destabilize a planet or galaxy, erase the structure outright. What matters is that Goku was not a passive participant in that clash. He was matching Beerus blow for blow as the fight progressed, adjusting his output to prevent the destruction of reality itself. From that point onward, Goku absorbed that level of power into his base state, meaning multiversal level force became his foundation, not a temporary transformation. From there, every form stacks upward, Super Saiyan on top of a God-absorbed base, Super Saiyan Blue on top of controlled Divine Ki. Kaioken multipliers layered onto Divine transformations. Ultra Instinct transcending all of the above. This means modern Goku is not barely multiversal. He is consistently operating above baseline multiversal thresholds, fighting characters who rival or surpass gods whose role is to erase universes casually. So in tier terms, Goku scales to low multiversal to multiversal plus, depending on the form used and the opponent faced, with Ultra Instinct pushing him into the highest reaches of that category. Now onto attack potency and destructive capacity, because these two often get confused. Goku does not casually blow up universes because Dragon Ball is not written that way. But attack potency is measured by what his attacks can affect, clash with, or overpower. Goku's attacks have repeatedly matched and overpowered energies capable of erasing universes, timelines, and higher dimensional constructs. That places his attack potency squarely in the multiversal range, even if the environment survives due to control, suppression, or narrative restraint. In terms of raw strength, Goku is operating at levels where physical force alone can injure beings who shrug off universe-ending energies. This is not metaphorical strength. He physically trades blows with entities whose durability exceeds cosmic annihilation. His punches are not just fast or heavy. They are reality-loaded, carrying enough force to damage beings tied to the structure of existence itself. This puts his lifting and striking strength in the immeasurable to incalculable range by conventional metrics. There is no real-world unit that applies once force output exceeds the mass energy content of universes. What matters is scaling, and Goku scales above characters who treat galaxies, universes, and timelines as insignificant. Now let's talk speed, because this is where people dramatically underestimate him. Goku's combat speed long ago surpassed light speed in any meaningful sense. That happened before Dragon Ball Z was halfway over. By the time gods and time manipulators enter the story, speed stops being about distance over time and starts being about causality. In high-tier fights, Goku reacts to attacks that occur faster than conscious thought. He moves in environments where time is distorted, halted, accelerated, or erased entirely. He fights characters who transcend linear time and still lands hits, dodges attacks, and counters mid-exchange. With Ultra Instinct, this goes even further. Ultra Instinct removes the delay between perception and action. Goku's body moves before the thought to move exists. This places his reaction speed beyond traditional faster-than-light scaling and into immeasurable speed territory, where actions are no longer bound by temporal sequencing. In practical terms, this means Goku can fight effectively against opponents who move across universes instantly, skip time, or exist outside of normal time flow. His combat speed is not just fast, it is time agnostic. Travel speed is less emphasized, but even there, Goku crosses cosmic distances instantly via instantaneous movement, which allows him to lock onto energy signatures across realms. This further reinforces that spatial distance is irrelevant to him in combat scenarios. Next is durability, which scales directly with everything above. Goku consistently tanks attacks that would annihilate universes, erase timelines, or disintegrate higher dimensional beings. He survives blows from gods of destruction. He endures energy that negates existence. Even when damaged, he recovers, adapts, and returns stronger. Importantly, his durability increases alongside his attack power. There is no glass cannon issue here. If Goku can hurt something, he can generally survive being hit by something on that level as well. Now let's address stamina and endurance, which are often overlooked. Goku fights for extended periods against top-tier opponents while constantly adapting. Even when Ultra Instinct strains his body, the fact that he can re-enter it, refine it, and eventually stabilize it speaks to absurd endurance scaling. He is not optimized for short bursts only. He thrives in prolonged conflict, which is dangerous because his growth accelerates the longer a fight continues. This ties into his most broken trait, adaptive growth. Goku does not need prep time, he does not need external amps. His power increases mid-fight when faced with stronger opponents. This is not a vague statement, it is shown repeatedly. When fighting beings vastly stronger than him, Goku closes the gap through rapid adaptation, learning, and physical evolution. This means that any static scaling of Goku is inherently incomplete. His effective tier rises during combat. Finally, we reach Ultra Instinct's overall scaling significance. Ultra Instinct is not just a form, it is a state that rivals angelic beings who exist above gods of destruction. Even incomplete mastery places Goku in a realm where deities acknowledge him as an anomaly. As he continues refining it, Ultra Instinct becomes personalized, meaning its ceiling is no longer fixed. At this stage, Goku is not capped by divine hierarchy. He is actively approaching the level of beings who supervise reality itself. So, to summarize cleanly without fluff, tier, multiversal to multiversal plus, attack potency, multiversal, durability, multiversal, combat speed, immeasurable, reaction speed, immeasurable, strength scales beyond universal mass energy, effectively incalculable, stamina, extremely high with adaptive escalation, growth rate, exponential during combat. Goku is not just strong, he is structurally dangerous to the concept of limits. His power is not defined by where he is now, but by how quickly he surpasses what stands in front of him. That is what makes him one of the highest scaling characters in modern fiction, and why any fight involving him can never be evaluated as static.